Yes, yes, yes. And we're live. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, General, for joining me today. General Stolle from ZEFFA. How are you this evening?
I'm okay, Gambakwe, and all the viewers. How are you?
Okay, fantastic. So today we are going to have a quick discussion, as we usually do, on ZEFFA and also on the current events that are taking place in our country, Zimbabwe. This week, there has been a massive development in terms of the collapse of the currency. The Zimbabwe dollar has totally lost value and is currently trading at 1:40,000 to the US dollar, and it's dropping every minute. It started off the year at 1:5,000. What is your view as ZEFFA? General Stolle, please give us what is your view as ZEFFA and what do you think should be done?
Thank you, Gambakwe. Remember, our position is one, and we will sing the same song for a long time. There is no fixing of the economy which is going to be done in Zimbabwe while we are not fixing the political mess which is there. Remember, the economy, it responds to the status of the political situation. So as ZEFFA, we are still calling our message to be heard by everyone, even those who are in the government and the opposition, that let us maintain on the caucus so that we can convene a dialogue which is going to give us a stable political situation, and you see the economy will respond. The launching of the new currency, structured currency, is not going to make any difference because the problem, there is a trust deficit. That is why there's no legal framework, and there is also no a monetary framework to also support the move of launching a new currency. So there is nothing which is going to change. We know that it is not going to catch us by surprise as ZEFFA because the political situation in the country is not yet resolved.
Okay, so we are talking here about fixing of the currency in terms of what is being proposed on Friday. What would you do as ZEFFA if you were in the position of ED right now?
What we were going to do, Gambakwe, was to convene a consultative drive of the citizens in all the corners of the country. Right now, the government has lost its control already. People must decide on what must be done to fix the mess which was caused by the politicians in Zimbabwe. There is no decision which is going to be taken by anyone in the position without including the masses, which is going to work. So, as ZEFFA, if we were in the position, we were going to consult the masses on the ground and see how we can heal the damages which was done by the political mess which was taken through by the time they were playing the politics. So the deficit of everything taking place in Zimbabwe, it is because they are not including the people who are affected and directly affected by the situation, who are on the ground right now. So if we were the ones in position, our first move was not to launch a new currency, because there's a lot of currencies that were launched which didn't work. There is agro checks, there is travelers checks, barrier checks, bond notes, bond coins, Astro, RTGS, and gold token. All these things did not work because the problem is not only the economy. The economy is a secondary problem which is being caused by the political mess which is on the ground, which needs the caucus of everyone who is a stakeholder into the drive of the economy of the politics of Zimbabwe to be on the table and convene a dialogue, find a neutral position of agreement where they are going to resolve the political problems which are on the ground.
Okay, what would be the ideal outcome or structure that comes out of the dialogue according to ZEFFA? What do you guys want to come out of that dialogue?
The The dialogue, Mr. Gambakwe, you need to understand one thing. It must heal the problem of legitimacy problems. The legitimacy problem in Zimbabwe is the key problem which is affecting everything. Right now, everyone knows that the government, the sitting government, which is in position now, is there illegitimate. And for it to be illegitimate, we are not taking it from the reports of the observers who were invited to come and observe the elections. We are simply taking it on a simple position of saying all the stakeholders who participated in the general elections as opposition movements did not accept the results which was announced. Therefore, we have got a missing signature there. If we still have that missing signature, it means we still have a deficit into the confidence and also the legitimacy of the government, which is going to affect the trust. And when there is a trust deficit, you have to understand that the economy will respond negatively. So instead of launching all these new currencies and trying to use cosmetic ways of resolving economic problems, the government of Zimbabwe must just swallow their pride and consult. Let them convene a consultative drive so that they can bring everyone on board, discuss Zimbabweans' problems in a Zimbabwean way, including all the people who are part of everything which is taking place in Zimbabwe, so that we can start to heal the economy. There is no rigging on the economy. I can tell you and assure you, this structured economy, this structured currency which they are bringing now, it is going to fail as all these other means has failed also.
Okay, let's look at Nelson Chamisa. Nelson Chamisa is offered to have dialogue with Mnangagwa. He has done this on various platforms. He has gone to SADC, he has done to the AU, and Mnangagwa has not responded. In fact, Mnangagwa is saying that Chamisa should first recognize him. What do you think is causing Mnangagwa to play hardball?
We can speak about that, Gambakwe, and we can go into depth. But I will just take it on the shallow. I always speak that our political parties in Zimbabwe, they must do away with godfathers so that when they take decisions, they will take decisions in the individual basis. Right now, I can tell you that there is nothing President Mnangagwa is going to answer to the call of the dialogue from Nelson Chamisa without consulting other people who are having a voice behind him. We are not having political parties which are liberated in Zimbabwe. So, as I'm telling you right now, it will require an action, and that is where ZEFFA is going to fit, because we are a radical movement who is going to approach all these problems radically, so that we can create a situation in the country which is going to force these people on the table. Because for them to take it as a decision which they make freely, it is not going to be able. It is not going to be very easy, because they are taking decisions after consulting other people. We have got political parties which report to the godfathers, and the decisions which they are not taking the decisions on their own.
Okay, thank you very much, General Stole, for joining me and giving me the position of ZEFFA on the current collapse of the Zimbabwe currency, currently trading at over 1:40,000. Only a few months into the year, when it started off around 1:5,000 at the beginning of the year. Is there anything else you want to say before we close?
I will send the very same message, that let the government of Zimbabwe swallow the pride. Let it convene a consultative drive so that they can bring everyone on board. All the oppositions which participated in the general elections, we all know there is no legitimacy in the country. and we cannot expect our economy to respond positively when the legitimate issues are not resolved. We need, and we are advocating for the dialogue to take place between Nelson Chamisa and Emmerson Mnangagwa, so that they will resolve these legitimate issues, so that we can get over this issue again, to heal the economy for the benefit of the people. We know that we have got a lot of problems. 4 million people out of 16 million Zimbabweans participated in the general elections, which leaves 12 million people being ruled without the mandate. Out of those 4 million, 2.6 million voted for the ZANU-PF. Then it leaves 13.4 million Zimbabweans are being governed without giving a mandate. There is no such a country. We only need these people to come together and listen to the cause of the people, especially ZEFFA in particular, to say, please sit down and have a dialogue. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, General Stole, and I really appreciate your coming here every week as ZEFFA to talk to me. And all those who want to contact you can contact you on the numbers on the screen. That is your email, and then your number, which is on the screen. And in terms of an ultimatum, do you have any update on your ultimatum? We're almost getting to halfway point. What is the progress on the ultimatum?
The progress on the ultimatum, Gambakwe, we are going to communicate in due course. There is a lot of things happening on the background. We are consulting a lot of members. We are actually engaging with a lot of organizations so that we can push the agenda as to the plan which we are having. We cannot divulge the plan which is in our pipeline right now for the security reasons. But what I can tell you is that there is something which is taking place under the ground, and we have got a positive response from all the people whom we are consulting to actually convene what we have arranged as ZEFFA.
Okay, thank you very much, General. I really appreciate you joining here, and I hope that next week we'll be looking at what would have happened. The structured currency is being launched on Friday, and I think everyone is looking at that. That is the most watched development that is going to happen in our country. People have lost value. There's been a massive loss of value over the past 20 years as the country has changed currencies, and as each of those currencies has collapsed dramatically into hyperinflation. Thank you very much, General, and I would like to appreciate all the efforts that you're making as ZEFFA, and I hope that your plans come to fruition. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, Gamba.